these are some tough acts for me to follow. I want to welcome faculty, students, parents to the start of 2015-16 school year. And a special welcome to our new faculty and students who join us from all over the United States and the world. If you are a new teacher or a new student, would you please stand so we can recognize you? Come on. So girls, I was in your place last year. I was new at Foxcroft. I had moved from a city that I had called home most of my life, and I left a school where I had been for many years. At Foxcroft, I didn't know anyone's name, and I'm still working on a few of them. I didn't know any of the traditions. I didn't know the school prayer. I'm working on it. I was nervous. Yet coming to Foxcroft has been an incredible adventure for me and my family. My husband, Reed, Dr. McGehee, sitting over there, wave to everybody. Wouldn't be possible without his support. And this has been an adventure that has brought me so much personal growth and happiness. And this year, how wonderful it is for me to see familiar faces and to be greeted with hugs. Parents, I've also been in your place. Reed and I are the parents of two daughters, Eliza, who is 24, and Jane, who is 20. Now it's Jane that I'm putting on a plane a week from tomorrow so that she can study abroad for the fall. I know what you're feeling. I have sent our daughters off over the years with a combination of sadness about the passing of their childhood, worry about their adjustment, and excitement for the opportunities ahead of them. Chances are you're feeling a mix of those emotions for your daughters. Now, I'm not a betting woman, but on this date, I'm willing to wager that because of your emotions, parents, you already have or you are about to embarrass your daughter. Girls, am I right? Well, that's what we parents do. I embarrass my daughters all the time. How? As the only extrovert in a family of introverts, I talk to everyone. I talk to the man sitting by me on the airplane, and that's why I'm always seated on the other side of the aisle. Or I talk to the cashier who rings up my groceries. I talk to the waitress who's taking my order, and by the time I'm pretty convinced that the woman sitting across the restaurant at a table is someone I have met. Mom, my girls say, you don't know everyone. But I do. I have never met a stranger. Let me give you two examples of many. This summer, Reed and I were hiking in the Rockies. Well into a 3-hour hike, we pass a couple who's coming down the trail. I see the man and think, boy, he looks familiar. And then the woman, I think, wow, she really looks familiar. Mary, I say, as she passes me. Now this is in Colorado, mind you. She turns around, and I'll be darned if that wasn't Mary Via, class of 2005, a former student of mine. What are the chances that I would meet up with her on a trail in the Rockies? Or imagine my standing at the escalator at Dulles Airport, and a woman right behind me asks, excuse me, I saw your Foxcroft luggage tag. Did you go to Foxcroft? And it turns out this woman, Erin Winter, is a Foxcroft graduate, class of 95, from Athens, Georgia. We stood by the luggage carol and took a photo together, and I posted it on Twitter. Again, my children would have been humiliated. And I just heard a similar story from one of you new girls about meeting an alum in the airport this summer. You are all about to embark on a journey that will result in lifetime friendships and global connections. In addition to making friends here on campus while you study at Foxcroft, you are making connections that will help you in ways you can't yet imagine. You are joining a network of alumni who care for one another no matter the age. At an alumna event in New York City, Foxcroft alumni from China, now studying at university, met other young professionals to network. They've gone on to hold other events in New York City and to strengthen those connections. This June, while I was in Denver, I was able to introduce two Foxcroft women to one another. a member of the class of 1965, and a member of the class of 1997. Despite their age difference and the decades separating their school days, these women connected both professionally and personally, and the common denominator was Foxcroft. Now, this bond doesn't happen by chance. The community we build at Foxcroft is intentional. It takes effort, it takes time, and it takes commitment. You will work and live with girls from 18 different states in the District of Columbia and from 14 different nations. There are girls who are very different from you, yet you will have so much in common. You will laugh together and laugh often, and you will have misunderstandings, even conflicts at times. It is here where our community values are essential: respect, integrity, kindness, and service to others. It's also important to support our traditions, one of which provides every member of this community with an affiliation and a role. As you will learn on Tuesday, girls, each one of you will be on the Fox team or the Hound team, and you will be invited to support your team with spirit, your creativity, and your athleticism. Everyone contributes to making our community strong. And as you get older, you have a role in helping new girls to make their way at Foxcroft. You become the leaders. Studying and living together in a small community, it is important to walk a mile in someone else's shoes, to show interest in learning about diverse cultures, to try to see the world from another person's perspective, to acknowledge that someone else might have a better solution, to seek to understand and not just to be understood, to assume the best about others, to include others, to work together, to help, to leave a place better than you found it for the next person who comes along. Now, lest you think this is just about making friends, the quality I've just been describing, the qualities, those of understanding, empathy, collaboration, and inclusion, are central to your education and for your preparation and work in a global economy. These skills are the new leadership skills. According to author Tony Wagner in his book, The Global Achievement Gap, quote, "The skillfulness of individuals working with networks of people across boundaries and from different cultures has become an essential prerequisite for corporations," end quote. He goes on to add that global awareness includes the use of critical thinking and problem solving to address global issues, the ability to learn from and work collaboratively with individuals representing diverse cultures, religions, and lifestyles, and in the spirit of mutual respect and open dialogue, and ultimately understanding other nations and cultures. Perhaps you saw Thomas Friedman's New York Times column when he quotes Laszlo Bock, the Senior Vice President of People Operations for Google. In case you can't figure out what that means, that's the guy in charge of hiring from one of the world's most successful companies. In an age when innovation is increasingly a group endeavor, companies also care about a lot of soft skills: leadership, humility, collaboration, adaptability, and loving to learn and relearn. At Foxcroft, we build these skills through our academic curriculum, our clubs, our activities, and through our residential program. Even our athletic requirement helps solidify skills of teamwork, responsibility, and leadership. And by the way, there is no I in team. Now, parents, you can help your children develop cultural competencies as well through providing homestays. Families of day students or boarders who live in this region, we hope you'll invite a girl from across the country or the globe to your home for a weekend or over fall break. By sharing a family experience, you are helping foster mutual understanding as well as friendships. And if you're interested in hosting students, you can get in touch with Jane or Jessie and contact the Office of Student Life and talk about what that might involve. Now, one final story about the power you have to make a difference in someone else's life. At last year's Convocation, I told a story that I probably will never be able to top. that involved my disastrous encounter with a gravy boat when I was meeting my future husband's grandmothers for the first time. Freshmen, I will share this incredibly embarrassing story with you at another time. But Foxcroft now has a new addition to its lexicon that's called Gravy Moments. So this summer, I received a surprise package from a senior, Caroline Mignani. She and I were strangers last year. We were both new girls last year. We are 33 years apart in age. We'll let you guess who's older. We even sound really different. On her enclosure card to this package, she said that when she saw this item out shopping, she thought of me and knew I just had to have it. And yes, it is another gravy boat to add to my collection. And it has a spoon that says, "Get saucy." I love it. But more importantly, I love the wonderful student, I better not put that there, who was so thoughtful. She has touched my life. And the point I guess I'm trying to make is that whether you're a teacher or a student or an administrator, you never know how much you'll make a difference for someone else in the moment and in the future. So thank you. Look around this room. Take a moment, look to your left, look to your right. We have 63 new students joining 102 returning students. 165 Foxcroft girls. The relationships you're building right here, right now, with one another and with this incredible faculty and staff will support and sustain you not only through high school, but will also connect you to a global network of over 3,000 Foxcroft graduates who care about you and are interested in your future success even though they haven't even met you yet. Starting right now, you are no longer strangers. You are forever Foxcroft.